Hi Rebecca, Jessica. When will I have my next baby and what will the gender be?
So I hear early 2023, honey. So if you're trying now, don't get disheartened from it, okay? So you are going to have your baby, and I hear a boy.
Yeah. Right. Jasmine asks, will I get a positive pregnancy test this month?
No, it's going to be in January is what I hear. Okay.
Right. Sonia asks, anything from my mama?
Oh, super proud of you. Woo, lots of energy. She comes into your space a lot, honey. So you gotta, I know that you feel her. Her presence is big, loud, and very energizing. So she walks into the space and the space is loud. The biggest message I can say is she's extremely proud of you, honey, and she is there supporting you every step of the way, okay? Oh yeah, great energy. I got goosebumps from it.
All right. Stephanie asks, what should I know about my next job?
Okay, so make sure that when you are moving into this new position, because I'm hearing that it is happening pretty soon, okay, that you don't let them take advantage of you, honey, because you have a really sweet disposition and it feels like they're going to put more on your plate and not actually compensate you properly for it, okay? So just make sure you stand strong about, what you're here to do, and if you're going to have me do this extra work, don't be scared to say, I need to be compensated for that, okay? That's going to be something that's going to be difficult for you to do. But you're going to have to do it. Otherwise, they will take advantage, unfortunately.
Right, there's a lot more people on it.
Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart. I am a psychic medium. I have been doing my work now since 1993, believe it or not, a long time. Here on my lives, if you can just ask your question, give us a few minutes. If we haven't responded, feel free to ask again, but don't spam us, okay? Because there's always a lot of people on my lives. Also, if you have an obscure username, if you could just put your initials or your name in with your question, that would be very helpful. And I will just take this moment to let you know that I do private readings. So if you do want to book a private reading with me after watching me here on the live, my booking is RebeccaDragonheart.com. And I'm also providing classes. The classes have been going really, really well. If you're interested in doing it, it's a class on opening up and really exercising your psychic muscles so that you can use your intuition in your life every day, okay? To join that class, it is first come, first serve, and they are very limited spaces, but just email me at RebeccaDragonheart44@gmail.com, okay? That's all about it.
All right.
Oh wait, I'm on YouTube too, and I'm trying to go live on YouTube, so I need 1,000 followers, or subscribers. It's different there. So if I have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, what's going to end up happening is you'll have a faster and easier chance of actually getting a live reading with me.
All right.
All right, go.
Julie asks, is my dog Presley with us?
Yeah, you actually have 3 animals with you, honey. So it's not just one dog. I feel like you have one that's from your childhood. So one that's been with you for a really, really, really long time, okay? The best thing I can say, I actually feel the dog touch you. So I would pay attention to that because sometimes you will feel it. That's fun. I like that though. That you have 3 animals with you for sure. And thank you so much for the cranes. That was really sweet. Oh, thanks guys.
All right. Michelle Klein 75 asks, will I have more kids?
Yeah, one more I hear. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
In due time is what I need to be telling you. Apparently your guys are like, just don't worry, it's going to happen when it's meant to happen, okay? Yeah.
All right. Joanne, sorry, I was trying to find the name, asks, can you tell me if my mom has a message for me, Joanne?
So, Joanne, you're a very sweet individual, honey, and what I'm hearing more from your mom, more than anything, is come out of your shell, okay? And really start expressing yourself, and also she wants you to have more people in your life, because it feels like you don't have the right connections. So she does want to help you with that, okay? So all you have to do is ask her to help you bring the right types of people into your experience. It's the easiest way. Oh, thank you, honey.
All right. Caitlin asks, will I move on from my current relationship soon?
So there's still lessons to be learned is what I hear. It's difficult, honey, because you're an empath. So what ends up happening is you have a very clear vision of how you want things to end or how you want things to transition. And then when you're in that space with that individual, that all changes for you. So what I would really work on is identifying your energy and their energy. I do hear that there will be an end, but it's not going to be final for like 7 months is what I'm hearing. So if you don't want that to be the outcome, then you're going to have to work on yourself and the energies so that you can really move forward from it. But it is, you know, it's definitely a relationship that you still have stuff to learn from. You do have a different relationship coming to you that is going to be much more in alignment with what your goals are for your future. Okay.
All right. Next question.
You bet.
This person says, Mickey here, or Mickey.
Cool. Yeah.
Hi, I've just started something new. Will I be successful?
Yeah. So the first thing I hear from your guides is make sure that your presence online is really strong, honey. Okay. So if you're only utilizing one platform, use more. Get your presence really out there so that you can saturate the market. But yeah, it's going to be successful. It's going to take about 2 years for you to see the kind of income and the kind of success that you're looking for. Okay. Yeah.
All right. We jumped up a lot too.
I see that.
I just want to go over the rules.
Sure. Yeah, guys. So I get a lot of people on my lives. So if you can just ask your question, give us a few minutes just to go through the questions that are up there. Don't spam us because it really makes it difficult for any questions to come through. And also, if you have an obscure username, just please put your initials or your first name in with your question. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yasmin asks, should I move to another city?
In due time. I hear it's going to be about 2 years for you, honey, before you actually do make that transition. Okay. But it is going to be a big change and a really positive change is what I hear for you. Okay. So definitely going to happen.
All right. This person says, hey, Rebecca, Selena here. Will I ever date the boy who I am currently in love with?
Unfortunately, I don't think you guys are going to date. I do feel like this individual is going to be in your life for a long time, but there's a different vibration that's going to come into your life within, and I'm hearing early next year. Okay. So that is going to be somebody who's more in alignment with you and your vibration. Okay. But this person is definitely in your life long-term. Okay. So, yeah.
All right. Apple asks, when will I get a good new job, please?
So I heard 4 months, honey. So the job that you're waiting for, the one that you're really wanting, you know, I know you're not really clear on it and you just want security, but the security you're looking for, you're going to find for about 4 months. Okay. Just be patient, honey, and get yourself out there, put your resumes out. And I know it's a lot of work, but it will happen.
All right. Haley asks, what do my guides want me to know?
That's a good one. So you're opening up, honey. You're starting to really tap into your own psychic gifts. You are very psychic. So I hope you already know that about yourself. What I'm going to say is opening up the heart for you. And that's what I'm hearing from them. It's like work on the heart chakra because that is the key to you being able to utilize your gifts. Okay.
All right. Anna Maria asks, can you please see what kind of spiritual gifts do I have?
So telepathy for one. So you definitely hear people's feelings and thoughts. And you're also very empathic, honey. So you get that gut instinct. Oh my God, you get hit really hard in the gut a lot. So I would work on working that energy out. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if you do suffer from like IBS or like stomach issues because of it, because it hits you pretty hard. So you have to learn how to channel that energy out of you, not keep it. Okay. And everybody just pours all of their stuff on you. You know, they dump all of their garbage and then they walk away all feeling good and you carry it for like weeks to months. So work on that. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, honey.
1 second here. So many, do I have gifts questions?
Well, we can answer a couple if you want. Yeah.
Dina asks, do I have any interesting gifts? Thank you.
So the first thing I saw with you, Dina, is they show me hands. So whenever they show me light coming from the hands, it means that you're here to do healing work, okay? And you are either drawn to things like healing doctor-wise, so you could be a doctor or nurse, or a veterinarian even, but healing, okay? It's really important that you're doing something that's helping others. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself feeling very dissatisfied in your career, okay? So it really is about helping. In your case, it's physical healing. When I see the hands, that's what that means. So it's physical healing, not necessarily emotional healing, although you would be good at it if you wanted to. So counseling or psychology, that kind of thing would work as well for you. But I really think that it's more of the physical healing that you need to get into. It's going to help a lot. Yeah, you're a light worker that way, so that's a good thing.
All right.
Wow, that jumped up a lot.
Okay.
I will let them know. If you guys do want to book a reading with me, I do fill up pretty fast after my lives. You can get a private reading at RebeccaDragonheart.com, okay?
Okay. Jada asks, what should I do / be when I get older?
So honey, as long as you're tapping into your creativity, you're going to be fine, okay? And they're showing me you working with your hands, so it's creating things. You have to be doing something that's creating things. And I also do see you writing. So if you haven't thought about doing it, writing a book is what I see as well for you, okay? You are not meant to do traditional. So that 9 to 5, working for the man, that isn't what you're meant to do. You're meant to work for yourself, okay?
All right. Elena asks, when will my next relationship be and do I know them?
You don't know them yet. So what I'm hearing is early spring is when you're going to have this person come into your life. However, it does feel like they may be connected to people you do know, okay? So it is somebody who's going to come into your experience through others, okay? So just make sure that you're out and about during the springtime and you're really connecting with people, okay? It's going to be a nice, easy thing. I see M as the first initial, okay?
All right. Sadaf asks, I am pregnant. Is it a boy or a girl?
So very, very feminine energy. So it's a girl, honey. I hope that's what you want. Very sweet little angel. Oh, great energy, honestly. Yeah.
All right. Whoa, it jumped up a lot.
Oh, wow.
All right. Jennifer asks, are parents still around me?
Yes. So it's interesting because I see both of them very protective of you. So what I'm seeing is it's almost like one stands on one side and the other is on the other side of you, and it's almost like they create a shield around you. They're very protective, honey, and you know when you're going through a lot of struggle, what I hear and feeling is that they definitely put their hands on you, okay? I do feel that they dream with you, so they do come into your dreams. If you're not remembering your dreams, try keeping a journal right beside the bed, and before you even step out of bed, write down what you can remember, okay? Because I do feel that you get a lot of communication through your dream time. All right? They're with you, and I mean, they touch you a lot, is what I'm hearing, especially on the shoulders. I don't know why the shoulders, but that's where they like to touch you.
All right. Next question.
Yeah.
Demi asks, will Jordy come back into my life soon?
So here's the thing. It's kind of tricky because yes, there is this opportunity, but somebody else is going to come in first. So somebody who is more in your vibrational match and more in what life is meant for you. Okay, honey? So you're going to be, unfortunately, in a situation where you're going to have to make a choice. I'm going to say choose the other. Past is the past for a reason, usually. Okay? Thanks, guys.
All right. Chantal asks, will I buy a house in 2022?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit later in 2022 because there is it's going to be difficult for you to find what you're looking for. But yeah, you will. Okay? Yay.
All right.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Millie asks, what career path shall I take? Will teaching be working for me?
So, yeah, here's the thing. It is a part of what you're going to be doing, but it isn't the end of what you're going to be doing, okay? So I see you starting out with teaching. You're not going to enjoy it the way that you thought you were. If you're already doing it, you're already not enjoying it. That's what I'm hearing. But what I do see is going to end up happening is it's something like private school, or you're going to be working in a situation, in an environment where you're more in charge, okay? So it will feel a little better for you then. That's more in alignment for you than what you're doing right now or what you're heading into doing right now, okay? Sorry, honey.
All right. Candy asks, can you see my grandma?
So, you know, you're funny. Your grandmother has a very soft personality, and she comes through as somebody who is very tender and loving. So she watches over you quite gently, and so she's not intrusive in your space is what I mean by that. So she sits kind of in the background and she just watches over you. It feels like she visits others as well, but you in particular, because you guys feel very close. And I hear from her, like, don't worry as much as you do, because apparently you stress a lot. And she's telling you don't need to worry because you're protected and you're guided, okay? She's there as a guide for you. Not a guide like your spirit guide, but more of your family guide, okay? So she's going to help you along the way. And she really is quite a gentle, loving soul, okay?
All right. Carolina asks, am I pregnant?
Yeah, I think you are. Very early, but yeah. Yay. Make sure you let me know when you get that positive pregnancy test, okay?
We also jumped up a lot if you want to go over
again.
and stuff like
Sure.
that.
Hi guys. So welcome. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart. I am a psychic medium. I've been doing my work now since 1993. I do provide, thank you so much, honey. I do provide private readings. So if you do want to do one-on-one readings with me, you can book through my website at rebeccadragonheart.com. I should mention also for Christmas, since Christmas is only like 34 days away, I do Christmas parties as well. And the way that it works here is via Zoom. So you can hire me per hour, maximum of 3 hours. And then you bring in as many people as you want, and you guys share the time. Also here on TikTok, if you can not spam us, that would be great. So ask your question, give us a few minutes. If we haven't responded, then go ahead and ask your question again. And if you have an obscure username, please put your initials or your first name in with your question. La 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 la. And go.
All right. Tracy asks, is my friend John guiding me?
So you have 3 people with you. John is your main source of inspiration, is what I hear. So he really does inspire you and is watching out for you in a way where it's like, I'm making sure things work out well for you. So 100% the signs that you have been getting are definitely from him. But you also have 2 other family members with you as well. Okay, so you're not alone, honey. That's the main thing. The numbers are for your friend. Okay, so just know that that's confirmation from him. All right.
All right. Kennedy asks, will I get pregnant soon?
3 months, I heard. So very soon.
All right.
Thank you, honey.
Donna asks, is my brother near me? He passed, and then she wrote a date, November 7th, 2020. He's 51 years old. He never comes through.
So he does actually visit. And the thing is, honey, the only reason why you don't necessarily recognize the sign is because you kind of brush it off as, well, that's just whatever. It's this or it's that. What I hear is he plays with the electricity, so the lights flicker sometimes. He'll play with the television, and he plays with your phone. So he is letting you know he's there. You're just maybe not recognizing that it's actually spirit activity, okay? But he does want you to know he's there, and everything is good now. And that was the main thing I hear from him.
All right. Candace asks, will I get in med school for 2022?
Yeah, you will, honey. You know, you put a lot of pressure on yourself, and you don't have to. That's the main thing I hear. You're going to be fine, honey. And you're going to specialize as well. So whatever it is you're taking, you're going to specialize in. So you're going to be in there for a little while, a little longer than you think. Yeah, that's good.
All right. Callie Ann asks, what creative career should I go into?
So, you know, it's funny, honey, because you could get into any kind of modality when it comes to art. So sculpting, painting, even woodwork, like creating things with lights and electronics and stuff. You're a very, very talented individual, and you just have to try it and it will work out for you, is what I'm hearing. So just trust your guidance, because you are being guided. And it's interesting because it feels like you're going to actually end up teaching others to do what you do. So there's some teaching aspect to what you're going to be doing in your future, okay? Around art is what I hear. Thanks, guys.
All right. Tamlin asks, will I be moving to another country for work? With a little sunflower.
I don't feel that that's happening right now for you, okay? I know that is kind of an inspirational desire for you, and put it on your vision board, honey, and really put it out there that that's what you want. But right at this moment, I don't see that happening for you, okay? But doesn't mean it won't change.
All right.
Thank you, honey. That's cute, a panda.
Anne Smith 301 asks, when will my financial situation improve?
So I hear it's going to be more 2022, 2023. So it's more towards the end of 2022 and 2023, honey. And it's really change your focus, change your point of reference, and remember that where you focus your energy, that's where it's going to go. So if you're stressing and worrying about your situation, it's just going to amplify it, okay? And you're a really good manifester, so I know that you can manifest different things for yourself. What I'm hearing is your situation just seems to improve more there. Okay, so the end of the year, next year, and the beginning of the following year.
All right. Tina asks, when will I pass my DED?
So the next time you go, you're not going to, sorry, honey, but the following one after. Okay. And it's just nerves. So if you can clear your nerves and get a piece of fluorite and take it with you, it helps you. Okay. It really helps you to keep your focus. You get a little anxious, and so it's scary. Yeah.
All right. Kayla asks, just found out I am pregnant recently. Will I have a boy or girl?
I heard a boy right away, honey. Yay. Congratulations, hon. What happened?
It just refreshed.
Oh. You just exclaimed, oh. So I was like, oh no.
All right. Oh, someone's asking, how do I get a reading?
So you can book a reading through my website at RebeccaDragonheart.com. I do book up pretty quickly after my lives, and I am going into my busy season. So December, January, February are my busiest time of the year. So if you do want to book a reading, it is first come, first serve. All the information is there. You can read my testimonials and a little bit more about myself as well, okay?
All right. Okay. Betty asks, will I get the job?
Yes. Yep.
Yay.
Yeah, I heard it really loud, so yay. About time is what I'm hearing. Really pulling for it, so there you go.
All right. Martina asks, does Rocky miss talking to me, and will we ever be friends again?
Yeah, I do hear that, yes. So it really comes down to pride. It really does. And, you know, time and that space between, it really changes people's perspectives, and it's a little bit of an ego battle sometimes. So I do see that, yes, you guys will communicate again. It's still a few months away, so just be patient. And you know, you can communicate psychically with them. The easiest way to do it is you just take a photograph of the person you want to communicate with, either living or passed away. You look at it until you feel that connection, put the photo down, then you can pull them up in front of you. And I call this soul-to-soul communication. It works amazingly. It's actually kind of freaky how accurate it is. It's how I started communicating with the other side. And I've had validation in my life with people who are also still here that I've communicated with in that way, that weren't necessarily open to talking, and then you're able to communicate with them on that level. And then I was able to say, hey, is this how you're feeling? And they're like, well, how do you know that? You know, so it's a really good way to mend wounds. Okay.
All right. Next question.
You bet.
Julie asks, is my grandma my ghost? I feel someone sit on my bed.
Yes, honey. It's interesting though, because I do feel that you have more than one. So she's the main one. She sits on the bed, honey, to keep it quiet in your space. So what I mean by that is when you have activity, because there's a lot of activity in your home, she's there kind of guiding and protecting. Okay, so she doesn't let anybody else into your room, but she doesn't keep them out of the entire home, is what I'm hearing. So she just keeps them out of your room by sitting there and watches, basically. It's nothing evil or scary or anything like that. It's just that you're a very bright energy, and spirit can see that you can feel them. And so sometimes you get people that follow you home. That's all. You can clear that out with sage. No, or incense if you like incense. I like to use lavender when I'm trying to clear negativity, or cinnamon as well.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Sandy Lockwood asks, will Daisy, my horse, be good at the Futurity horse show this week?
Yes, honey. Your anxiety is, she's very sensitive to you. So you need to really get control over how you feel about it and your nervousness about it, because she senses that. So you just need to have faith and pride in her, know her ability, and she'll feed off of that. Okay. She's super sensitive to you. Okay. Thank you so much for the gifts, you guys.
All right. Anna asks, will I continue teaching? Thanks.
Yeah, I know that it feels right now like that's not looking promising, but yes, I do hear that there is going to be a placement for you, okay, honey? So don't stress so much. Okay?
All right. Beatrice asks, do I have any spirit guides guiding me, and how should I communicate with them? Yes.
So when we're communicating with our spirit guides, it's literally just talking to them. The best way I always describe it is, you know, you've ever had a frustrating day and you walk into your room and you're like, what the hell was that? And you're like talking to somebody. Who are you talking to? You're talking to your spirit guides. You know that feeling. We all have had that feeling. So we know that feeling. And if you can identify that's what it feels like to talk to them, then you just start talking to them and they will start communicating back. They're always communicating with us. We're just not always conscious of it. Sometimes they'll touch us. Sometimes they'll actually speak loud and out loud to us. Sometimes it's just a thought. You know, they prefer thought language because it's a lot easier, but they communicate with us regularly. And, you know, you have to know that that is something that you have been already doing. You just maybe aren't paying attention to the signs. Okay, so just talk to them.
All right, next question.
You bet.
She Jess 64 asks, is there a message from my husband?
Yeah, honey, super proud of you. You know, here's the thing. You handled everything well, is what I hear. Oh, I just got shivers from it. Cannot believe the strength that you hold. That's the main thing. I do get the sense that he lays with you. Okay, so you're not imagining that. I need you to understand that. And, you know, just blown away by the strength that you have. So please continue to hold on to that. I know it can be difficult sometimes. Not ever going to leave your side. That's the thing. Epic, epic love. So never, ever leaving you until you tell him, get lost, not happening. Okay. And, you know, you have another love that will be in your life, so don't be concerned about that. And I know that's not what you're thinking about right now, but he's gonna be okay with that. Okay. So
All
proud
right.
of her. Wow. It's just because you handled things in a way that probably were very surprising even to you. Yeah.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Lindo asks, will I pass my certifications exam?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you will. I also see you taking other things. So there's like a bunch of different certificates that are coming up for you, and you're going to be fine for all of them. It's really important that you take as much as you can, get as much on your in your tool belt is what I hear, so that you stand out from the others, from the rest. Okay. So that's a message from your guides.
All right. Hannah asks, is anyone watching my babies that I've miscarried? I know I had one, but I think I had two.
Yes, you did have two. Yes, 100%. They're still energetically around you, and I do hear that one is going to reincarnate into you. Okay, so you are going to have that baby come back to you. Okay, so don't be too worried. I feel a grandmother energy with them, so you know they're okay. You know the way that it works, and what I'm hearing in your case is it wasn't the right body, so it probably was the wrong sex, the baby, and so they're just going to come back again, is what I'm hearing. You don't have to worry that way. Okay.
All right.
Thanks for the gifts, guys.
Shirley Drummonds asks, any message from my Gumby?
Yeah, okay. So first and foremost, hilarious individual, super friendly, and just sociable. And it's you know, more than anything, an expression of love is what I'm hearing, okay? So that love that you guys had, that bond that you had, it's carried forward, honey. Just know that you're not ever going to be alone, that this individual is with you always, 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 always. It's like it follows you around and really, 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 really powerfully protective of you. So they don't want to see you get hurt, and they're a little bit critical of the people in your life, so that you may want to look at thank you. You may want to look at some of the people in your life and reevaluate those friendships. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
That was weird, those classes.
Jay asks, when will I go to America for my scholarship?
So I hear it's a bit of a delay, honey, so about 2 to 3 years for you. Okay. Get the process rolling now. The sooner you get it going, the sooner you're going to get over there. Oh, thank you, honey.
All right. Ibrahim from Kenya
I like that.
says, I'm going through a lot. Is there hope soon?
Yeah, honey. And you know, it's funny because what I'm seeing is your guides are showing the way. Okay. So the light is being shone there. And when I see that, that means you're not alone. You're not going through this alone. It feels, I mean, there's a lot of suffering happening, and I'm sorry that you feel the way that you feel and the heaviness that you're feeling. But yes, honey, by the end of, it's next year is what I'm hearing, but by the end of next year, things are going to be immensely different for you. Okay. So it's a little bit of trials and tribulations right now for you, but it's not forever. Okay. Lean on your guides, you know, do the praying that you need to pray, you know, ask for guidance and support that way. You have a lot of it around you. You're not alone in it. Okay.
All right. Hey, it's Jen23 asks, anything from my cat Cheerio?
Oh, frisky little thing. It's interesting because I don't know if the cat was old when it passed, but it presents itself as a very young self. So it's not a kitten, it's more of an adolescence age and very mischievous. So if you have things that have, for some reason you found them under your couch and you're like, how did that get under the couch? Just know that it's your cat. Because it's frisky, it plays with things, and it really is quite active in your space. It's funny.
All right. right. Lisa Hall 333 asks, are there spirits around me?
Yeah, honey. So again, another person who is very open and receptive to feeling spirit activity. You've been like that your whole life. Sometimes it can be a little bit intimidating and a little bit scary. What I will say with you, honey, is you don't want to have your door wide open to any energies. Oh, thank you. Just because you tend to be around different types of people. So you have higher and lower vibrations that tend to follow you. And I will say this, you have the authority and the power to say, I don't allow any low vibrations in my space. So do that, okay? Really claim your space. This is your home, and only allow high vibrations that have your best interests into your space, okay? That's really important for you.
All right. Mary Louise asks, will I transfer to a 4-bedroom house next year?
Yeah, it's going to be September is what I hear, so it's a little bit later in the year. But yeah, it will happen.
All right.
I know you need it now.
Jessica asks, does Steve wake me up every night?
So yes, but it's also an animal as well. So I feel that there's two. There's Steve, the person, and then there's also an animal that's waking you up as well, okay? So really pay attention to what you're feeling when you're waking up, because that's really important, okay? And I would keep a journal beside the bed so you can write down the thoughts that come in, because they slip away pretty quickly when we get up.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Janet asks, why do my guys want me to visit a park? Thank you in advance.
So there's so you got to think about places, spaces as having energy of their own for specific purposes. And what I'm hearing is there's an activation for you there. A specific tree is what I'm hearing. So if they're drawing you to this tree, I need you to sit under the tree and just, you don't have to sit and meditate and look weird or anything. Just sit under the tree with a book, whatever you want, unless you're comfortable looking like you're meditating. That's cool too. Because I don't mind doing it, but some people do, they get a little weirded out when they're doing that. So it's a particular tree that just is, it's about activating a certain aspect of yourself that you're ready to now work with, okay? So follow the signs. That's the biggest thing, and trust that. Yeah. I'm going to just mention my YouTube, because I do want to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can do lives on my YouTube. And I just found out today that I can't do lives until I have 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be great. And I will go live as soon as I do 1,000, and at least there you get a bigger chance of getting your answers done, because it'll only be 1,000 people instead of 93,000 people. So I would really love it if you guys would support me that way.
All right. Jocelyn asks, when will my luck change, please?
So, honey, you're already starting to shift that energy, okay? It really comes down to mindset. What happens with you is, you have this like, okay, this is what I want, and then you start getting it, and then you start thinking, okay, when is it going to go back to the way it was before? Because that's just how you are. So it's like you're battling this side of you. What I'm hearing for you is, starting in the next 3-4 months, things are going to really improve. And the luck aspect of things, it's your focus, honey. So stop remembering the old pattern and really focus your energy on the things that you deserve. That's more than anything the most important. And carry some rose quartz with you, I hear, as well. Okay, so if you don't, I do it in bracelet form and necklace form, because that's the easiest way, but you need some rose quartz. Thanks, guys. Next.
All right. Muriel from Belgium asks, will I become adoptive mother of Jake?
I feel yes. Yeah. You guys have a lot of support in that. All right. It's what you both deserve, is what I hear. Okay. Ooh. Do you feel that? Or is it just me? Oh. That's positive.
All right. Carmen asks, is my grizzly bear proud of me?
Yeah, honey. And here's the thing. That this person is, and the signs are there. I hear that they send you, not only do they send you animals, but they're also leaving you little presents. So they're letting you know that they're there, okay? So pay attention and know that when you're getting those signs, that is truly them. So much love for you, and so proud of the person that you're becoming. You're not there yet, just so you know. I know that's funny, but yeah.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Amy Ferguson 147 asks, am I going to have a baby with my wife?
Yeah, so it feels like there's just a little bit of work to have it done, but yes, it's about 7 months is what I'm hearing, okay? So a little bit of effort, but yeah, you guys are gonna have.
All right. 1 second here. Normaline from the Netherlands asks, when will my reconciliation with T happen?
So you guys have a lot to talk about still, and you got a lot to work through. It's on your side, it feels like energetically you've done the shift, but you aren't both on the same page quite yet, okay? So I do hear a little bit more work needs to be done and a lot more talking, okay? So just continue your open communication, but things will reconcile is what I'm hearing.
All right. Haley asks, what do I need to know about the next job I will have / when will it happen?
So it's happening early next year. And, where you are now, it feels like not alignment, or whatever it is you're doing now is not alignment. So you really got to get yourself focused on what it is you're looking for, okay? That's the main thing I'm going to say. What I hear is you're going to want to pull for the right people, because you are the type of person who needs an environment where it feels like, okay, like your work environment has to feel like this is my family. And so it's really important that that's what you reach for, okay? So really focus on them being very family oriented and very, community oriented in your new job, okay? It will happen, and I'm hearing early next year for you, so it will happen. Yeah. Oh, thank you, honey.
All right. Samra asks, does my grandma hear me, and is she proud of me?
Yeah, honey. I mean, the signs are there that she communicates back, but I'm going to say this. You're very open with her, and it's like constantly talking to her and constantly expressing with her. So absolutely she hears you, and she's been watching over you, and she's going to make sure to support you in your hard times, okay? So just know that. She likes to leave you money, so she leaves you coins, but she also sends money to you, and I don't know what she means by that, but I guess it's like surprise money. You find money, whatever it is. That's what it feels like. It's almost like, you'll just get gifts of money, or you'll get free things, and that's her, she says. So she wants to claim that. Be in the drive-through and somebody pays your bill, that kind of thing. That's what she's claiming is her. All right.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's sweet. Not very often that they do that. I claim that. I'd like that to happen for me.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Katrina from Latvia asks, is Arthur the one for me?
Yeah, definitely a good vibrational match. A little bit of work, I'm going to say. So you're a little bit more awake, I guess is the best way to put it, especially when it comes to relationships. So you're just much more mature and much more experienced in how relationships work. So this individual is going to need some guidance that way, okay? But definitely a good vibrational match.
All right.
Yeah.
Penelope asks, will blockages in my life finally disappear? I need a breakthrough.
Yeah, honey. So it's really important. Some of the stuff that's going on for you, it's old stuff. Okay. So it's old energy from your childhood, from your younger years. So what I would do is I would get into a meditative state, check in with the body, trust the energy, because the blockages are just old stagnant energy, and I would work on moving the chakras. So you can go on YouTube, and there's lots of frequencies that will help you to go through all of your chakras, especially your lower back and your mid back. So it's very specific energy. It's just stuck there, okay? You get that energy moving, and things are going to start flowing more for you, okay? It would be really, really recommended that you go and get Reiki done pretty regularly if you could, until you can manage it yourself, okay?
All right. Next question?
Yeah, you bet. Thanks,
Ashley
guys.
from Ontario, Canada asks, when will I buy a house?
So I heard 2025. So if you're hoping to do it sooner, that's the year I hear for you, okay? And it just really feels like timing and everything. Okay.
All right. Sarah Louise asks, I've been connecting to spirit and I still doubt my abilities. Do I truly have them?
Yes, honey. And here's the thing. You're very well-rounded, so you actually have a lot of gifts. You can hear people's thoughts and feelings, so you're very empathic. You can also, if you wanted to learn to do so, move things with your mind. And you've experienced it in, when you get really irritated or something, a picture will fall off the wall, or, there'll be like a shaking or that kind of thing. Okay. So yeah, you have a lot of abilities. You can also speak with spirit. So you do have a lot of activity around you. And I know sometimes you ignore it or you push it away because it freaks you out a little. So just know that is an actual thing. And also prophetic dreaming. So what that means is you dream the future. And that's something that I would keep a record of. So if I were you, I would keep a journal and I would write my dreams down. Okay? You have a lot of gifts, not just one. Yeah.
All right. Caitlin asks, does Vincent give me signs he's around?
Yes. So what I'm hearing is ladybugs for some reason. So if you're seeing ladybugs, just know that's who's doing it. I'm not sure why you picked ladybugs, but I guess maybe because it's significant for whatever reason. So when you start seeing that, that's them,
All right.
Interesting.
Next question?
Yeah.
All right. This person says, I'm Denise and I'm with my mom. Does Dad have any messages for Mom and I?
Mm-hmm. So, Denise, I'm going to tell you this, that your dad is watching over you, okay? And he is there for all of your big events, and he's going to be there for all of your big things. And that's something that I think you need to hear. I need you to know from him that he's watching over you. He's more with you than he is with your mom, but he does visit your mom. But it's just that you need his help and his support. He hears you, by the way. So continue communicating with him. And what I would do is, include him energetically in your guys' space. So if you don't have a photo up, put a photo up of him, okay? And I do feel like you probably do have a photo of him, but maybe just on your phone, put one up so that you can say good morning and good night, that kind of thing. The more energy you give him, the easier it will be for him to help with your life. And he's really watching over your growth, okay? Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. Siobhan asks, what do I need to know about my divorce?
Breathe. It's going to be okay. Here's the thing. It's hard sometimes when you have to separate energies. So one of the main things I'm going to say to you is it's not all going to work in your favor. So there is going to be some compromising that's going to happen. But what I do hear is that it is way for the best for you. Okay. So just breathe through it. And if certain things that you wanted don't happen, which I feel is going to end up being the situation, just let it go. Because guess what? It's just energy and it's replaceable. Right?
All right.
Yeah.
Next question.
You bet.
Jamie asks, does my daughter have any special gifts or just a really strong imagination?
No, she is not imagining. So one, she speaks to spirit. She sees them very easily, and they're very active and they look normal to her. I also do hear that she's very empathic, so she has a very difficult time with too much energy or too much negativity. So if you're in a bad mood, it really affects her. Okay, so she's going to need some help learning how to be an effective empath and working on that energy. And just clearing that energy. Lots of baths. It works really well.
All right.
Okay.
Tina asks, will I become a mother one day?
Yeah, honey. So I heard 3 years. So whatever is going on in your life right now, it's just the timing. And it feels like there might be some need for some help with that, okay? But I do hear that you will. So don't worry about that.
All right. Olivia here from Ecuador asks, I was wondering if I have any gifts. Thank you.
Yeah, honey. So very empathic. And, if you're an empath, you're psychic. Plain and simple. You are a walking, talking lie detector. People cannot lie to you. The thing is, you don't always trust your intuition. So when you meet somebody for the first time, if you get I don't necessarily want that energy around me, trust it, because it's always, always right. Okay? You are not being judgmental of that person. It is, I am judging the energy for myself, right? And that's where people who are empathic have a hard time giving themselves permission to say, no, not that energy. So I want you to pay attention to that, because it's really important. You can tell when people are BSing you too. Like the second somebody lies to you, you're like, no, that doesn't feel right. That feels like a lie. So, walking, talking lie detector. Yeah. Empathic's abilities are very powerful, honey. So work with it if you can, okay?
All right. Giselle from Jamaica asks, will I get a better job and get pregnant?
Yeah, so it's interesting because you're going to end up getting the better job and then getting pregnant and not being able to work. But yes, it's going to happen for you, okay? I hear 4 months. So if you're not putting yourself out there, put yourself out there, okay? You deserve it.
All right, we have about 15 minutes left if you want to go over everything one more time, your readings and everything.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking so much, my throat is dry. So you can book a private reading with me if you'd like to. It's through my website, RebeccaDragonheart.com. I did mention earlier that I do parties, and how parties work, because obviously I can't do it in person. We do it via Zoom, and how it works is you book me by the hour, maximum of 3 hours at a time, and then you just have your friends all come over, have a room set up, and then I will do, depending on how many people, if it's like 7 people and you've only booked an hour, then it's based off of that, right? We would divide the hour up. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do only an hour if you had 7, because that would be really short. But that's how that works. I'm also on YouTube, so if you guys would please come and subscribe, I would love that. I need 1,000 subscribers. As soon as I hit that 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to go live. So I'll be doing the same thing I'm doing here, over there. You'll have a higher chance of getting your answers met there, because I will only have 1,000 followers as opposed to this forum, which I have 93,000 followers. So, what else? Oh, I do have my classes. So my class has been going really well. And I did 3 this in November. So I have 3 in December as well. And it's a class on opening up and really learning how to use your intuition in your everyday life. So I'll give you physical, practical tools to exercise the muscle, the things that I did when I was younger, and just learning how to do it, and really help you to use your gifts properly in your life, okay? And just, it's been going really well. So I've had a lot of really great feedback with that. Anything else? I think that's it, right?
Did you already talk about booking a reading?
I did talk about booking a reading at RebeccaDragonheart.com. I thought I started with that, didn't I?
Yes, I think you did.
Okay.
All right. Next question here.
Yes, hon.
Kate from Oklahoma asks, will I find someone that matches my energy and passion?
Yeah, honey. So here's the thing. So I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you know this, but you are a starseed. If you don't know what that is, just Google it. It's very easy to find out, but you change rapidly. So you need somebody who has that matching vibration. So you've got to just ask for it. I need somebody who's able to grow and change, spiritually speaking, with me. I hear that this person is coming into your life early next year. Could be very early if you are ready for it, okay? So just get really clear on what it is you're looking for in your partner, but that vibrational match is coming, okay? And you just have to make sure you're clear on the fact that they need to be able to grow with you, because you change quickly, okay? And you'll get bored if they don't. It happens.
All right. Tina Marie asks, who is my guide / do I have any gifts or talents to share?
So you have 2 guides with you, a male and a female. The names, it's like an M name for the man. The girl she's got like a very feminine, almost like Hannah or Anna or something like, it's a very sounding name. Names are not important with our guides. They more than anything would just rather you talk with them. With your gifts, honey, you're very empathic. So trust your gut instincts, because they are never wrong. And you have had incidences where you haven't listened to that gut instinct, and then it always comes out and bites you on the butt. So trust that, because your intuition is your gut for you. Okay? You're never wrong about people. You peg them pretty well. Yeah.
All right, next question.
Yeah, you bet.
Leslie asks, will my hubby and I get a new house in the near future?
Yeah, it's going to be next year for sure, but it feels later in the year, okay? So just be patient. It takes time for these things, is what I'm hearing, especially in your area where you are. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Monica asks, will me and Louie be together, or will I still meet my soulmate?
Yeah, Louie isn't your soulmate, honey, but Louie feels like somebody from your past lives. So it's somebody who you have a soul contract with, and they're going to be in your life for a very long time. Feels like probably have been in your life multiple times, like multiple lives. What I'm hearing for you is the person coming in, it's either Aaron or something like that. So it's a name. Andrew even could be, but I really am drawn to the name Aaron. And this individual is coming into your life early next year. So be ready for it, because it's going to really sweep you off your feet. Okay?
Yeah. All right. Katie asks, will I be a grandmother very soon?
So yes, it's going to happen. Be patient, Grandma. You are going to have more than one grandchild. So just so you know. Okay?
All right.
We're always ready. We're like, I want to know, but yeah, you have to wait. It has to be the right timing.
Loretta asks, I've been connecting to my guides. Am I on the right path? Thank you.
Yes, honey. And what I'm being shown is that you need to keep writing. Okay. So you need to write down the inspirational thoughts that you're getting and the information that you're getting. So please, please, please do not think you're going to just remember it. Write it down, because that's the biggest thing that we do wrong, is that we think, oh, it's so profound, I'm going to remember it, and then we don't. So you guys are telling you, write it down. More meditation for you. I know that you like to do it, so do it, and pull for what you're looking for, because you have a lot of power in that. You are very gifted in manifesting for yourself. Okay, I know you don't necessarily believe your gift that way, but you really are powerful. If you look at some of the things that you have created, you would be more in belief of yourself. So really examine that a little bit more, okay, honey? All right.
All right. Oksana from Milan asks, who is Francesco for me, and why so strong connection?
So here's the thing. Again, another past life feeling. So it feels like you guys have known each other. It feels like you've had different roles. So it's interesting because it's like you feel like you've been siblings. You've also been lovers. You've also had parent and child relationships both ways. So this is an individual who has been a part of your soul group for a very long time. Okay. In this life, it feels like you guys have some stuff to work through from your previous life. So what I would suggest is building on that. Now, obviously, you're not going to let that hold you back from having relationships, but it's really about clearing out old stuff from other lives. Okay. So you guys have a really strong connection because you're meant to be together. Okay.
All right. Aurora asks, will I get permanent residency of Canada soon?
Yeah, I know there's a bit of a delay. Yeah, it's annoying, I know. It will happen. So don't be too worried about it. It's just that everything is so slow right now, especially that aspect of things. Okay, so just be patient. I do feel like it's going to cost a little bit more money than you guys were expecting, but it's going to happen, okay? Yeah.
All right. Petra asks, am I moving soon? Can my mom hear me? Did she send me a song?
Not just songs. So she also sends flowers. I don't know what that means, but she sends you flowers. And, you know, she's always watching over you. She's always been very, like, let you experience life type of person. But just know that if you want her to help you with guidance, you have to give her permission. She's not going to just step in, okay? So be like, hey, mom, I give you permission to help me. Help me find the right people. Help me find the right job. Help me find the right home, that kind of thing. Okay, so it's really important that you give her permission. I do see a lot of change coming for you, especially for next year. It feels almost like everything's going to turn upside down. That sounds scary, but it's not, because what you're doing is you're breaking apart the old you and you're opening up doors for new things. Okay, so I see a lot better environment for you in the future of next year. Okay, so this year is kind of the same old, but for next year, things are opening up in a big way. Okay.
All right. Monica asks, will my house issues go my way, or should I give up?
No, they will go your way. It's just going to take a little bit more effort is what I'm hearing. Okay, so don't give up, honey. I feel like you need to add somebody to your side, your team, to give you that support that you need. Okay, so if it is that you're using lawyers, maybe adding another lawyer. Okay, or maybe an advocate or something. That's what it feels like.
All right. Next question.
Yeah.
Michael asks, am I a light worker? Thanks.
Yeah, honey. I would call you a starseed. So light worker, starseed, same. The difference with the starseed is that your soul is not actually from here. Okay. And so what I mean by that is, I'm a starseed as well. We feel very disconnected, or we feel like stuff that's going on in the world doesn't make any sense and we don't have any connection to it and we just want to help, right? You also feel like you have a mission in life, and that mission is of a spiritual nature, and it is about helping humanity and helping the earth and helping the animals and helping make things better. You're here to anchor is what I hear. So you need to be really strengthening yourself, opening yourself up, and really tapping into your own gifts and abilities. As a starseed, honey, you're very, very psychic. We're not psychic in the typical way. So we hear, we feel, we see, we just know, all right? It's not the typical way of getting our senses filled. So learn to work with your gifts and stop getting in your own way. All right. You are not meant to do, the mundane 9-to-5 boring stuff. You're meant to do something bigger. And I feel like in your particular case that you're actually meant to be a public speaker of some kind. Okay. So whether it's mentoring or something like that, that's what you should be doing. Okay.
All right. Next question.
Yep. I know that was a long-winded one. Sorry.
Brandy asks, am I meant to have another baby in 2022?
Yeah, I do feel that there is going to be another child coming into your life for sure, honey. All right. So, just be open, receptive, and relax about it is what I hear, because you're so tense about it that you're not allowing the energy to come in. They're going to come whether you are in the way or not. So relax. It's just going to happen. Okay?
Right. We have about 4 minutes
Okay.
left.
All right.
1 second here. Sorry.
Lost your question?
Yes. Okay, Terry asks, are there a reason why spirits visit me in my dreams?
So for you, honey, it's because you're very analytical. So you're very logical and almost scientific in the way that you are. It's easier for spirit to communicate with you when you go to sleep, because the ego turns off, and so then you have no reservations about it. You get a little scared sometimes, I think, when it's a little too real. So that's a big part of it as well, but it's just easier for them to communicate with you that way. So keep a dream journal and really keep track of the communication, because I feel that you get a lot of guidance and you do a lot of dream work. So if you don't know what that is, it basically, on the other side, when you go to sleep, you are doing work, okay? And it's your spiritual self. You're doing your spiritual work there. So it's important stuff.
All right.
All right.
Mia asks, will Colin and Mia get married?
Yeah, honey, you guys are going to get married. Be patient though, because it's not as quick as you want it to be, but it is going to happen. So, don't push it. Just let it happen, right? You guys have heard that I don't chase, I allow. Yeah, that's what we want. So just allow it to happen. It's going to be a little bit longer than you think, but yes, it will. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Kristen Marie asks, I've been feeling really drained lately. Is my health okay? Anything to look out for?
I'm not worried about your health. What I'm seeing is that you're becoming more aware and becoming more open. You've always been an empath, and you've actually kind of struggled on and off with being drained. I would consider, the doctors would call it like chronic fatigue syndrome, that type of thing. What I do here is taking a little bit better care of what you're putting in your body. So avoid as much sugar as possible, because you're very sensitive to sugar. That being said, it's energy more so than anything is what I'm hearing for you, honey. Okay. So you have to learn how to work with and clear energy. The easiest way to tell when you're an empath that you have other people's energy is if you've ever washed your hands and your hands still feel dirty, it's because you still have other people's energy in you, okay? And typically you feel it from about here down. And then it feels like, I just feel like I feel dirty still. And so what I do when I feel that is I will wash my hands and wash away the energy, because we take people's energy with our hands, because we explore the world with our hands, right? And so it's very important to clear it, okay? And that's going to help you a lot, okay? And taking a bath every day or a shower every day after your day is finished will help as well with clearing that energy. All right. Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Mills asks, how do I connect with guides?
So you just talk to them, honey. They're always communicating with us. In most ways that they do their communication is through thought language, but they do also send us numbers. They'll send us people. Sometimes they'll even use TV commercials or shows to like emphasize what it is they're trying to say to us. It starts by just communicating with them and being like, okay, you're here. Show me you're here. Tell them what you want. With my guides, I was like, okay, if you're real, I want to see blue butterflies. So that's what I did. And I started seeing real blue butterflies. I saw blue butterflies on buses. I would see blue butterfly tattoos. Like, it was insane. So I was like, okay, obviously you're real. And I just started that dialogue with them. And I would just tell them how I wanted them to communicate with me. And then it just started to evolve. So the more you communicate with them and the more you believe they're real, the easier it is for them to really express themselves to you. Okay, so just talk to them. That's the easiest way to get them to communicate with you.
All right. Kiara asks, I know I'm an empath, but do I have any other gifts? I feel very psychic.
Yes, honey. So being an empath is very psychic. I mean, it's probably one of the strongest psychic gifts, because you can feel what other people are thinking and feeling and seeing, right? With you, what it is that, well, you're very energy sensitive, but you're also sound sensitive. So it's really important that you're taking care of the environment that way with you, okay? So don't allow yourself to be contaminated with negative sound. What I mean by that is like, really loud, angry music is not a good thing for you, because it really disrupts your energy. You're also a healer, so I do see the hands. Again, with you though, because of how sensitive you are, if you're going to do any kind of hands-on healing work, you have to make sure that you clear yourself, okay? So like if you got into massage therapy, taking massaging people, you would be taking in the crap that's in them, like basically the energy of like the hard, awful day that they're having, and you would be taking that home. So it's very important that you learn to clear that. Also, you're very telepathic, honey, so you hear people's thoughts. It can be crippling sometimes. So work on that. Work on how to actually clear your energy, or clear their energy, and you have to learn how to identify what's your energy and what's their energy as well. Okay, because sometimes it can fool you a little bit.
All right, this will be our last
question. Okay, before we ask that question, then you can book a reading with me if you guys would like to do it. It is first come, first serve. You head to my website, RebeccaDragonheart.com. And again, I'm also booking for Christmas. So if you guys want to do a party and you want to have your friends over, it kind of helps with the expense. And you can split it up between the group of you. I book by the hour. It's 1 to 3 hours. So if you have to book at least an hour, but it is 1 to 3 hours, okay? And if you want to do that, just email me at RebeccaDragonheart44@gmail.com. I'm also doing classes in December. I have 3 of them on opening up your intuition and how to use your intuition in your everyday life. So I will give you exercises to actually exercise your psychic muscle, because yes, we're all psychic and we all have that ability, and it is just a muscle, and the more you use it, the stronger and better you get, right? So I will teach you how to do that and also help you identify how your gifts work, okay? Last question.
Amanda R. asks, will I have a healthy pregnancy when I get pregnant in 2022?
Yes, honey, you do not have to worry. You have a lot of light around you, and I see that there's a lot of people, spiritually speaking, that are making sure that this is a positive, healthy pregnancy, okay? So it's not, you're going to feel nauseous, and you're going to get, the normal morning stuff, and all of that is going to happen, the aches and the pains and whatever, but it's going to come full term, and everything's going to be okay. So just know that you have a lot of protection on the other side that way, okay? All right, guys. Well, that's it for this session. I will be back again. And please, if you can subscribe to my YouTube, I would love you guys. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to that 1,000. So as soon as I do, I will go live there, and you guys will have a bigger chance of getting your questions answered, okay?
And lots of people asking when we'll go live again on TikTok.
Oh, I think we might be going live tomorrow, actually. So just put the little reminder on. As soon as we are on, I will let you know that way. Yeah, I probably around the same time tomorrow, eh? Yeah. So we'll be here tomorrow. Bye, guys.